Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. Now, guys, I don't know where to start. I don't. So, basically, this is my book, and I want to talk about how I met Clauneck when I was performing Wealth Magick. This book by Damon Brand. Now, this book, I can't remember, but it's not a quick. The book may look like it's small, but I promise you, it's packed. It's packed with a richness in terms of the rituals, and I felt like I was being initiated into a secret society of wealth. Now, I met Clauneck while performing the rituals in this book. And I want to share with you my experience. So I think, now I'm not 100%, don't quote me on this. I think the book is between 3 and 4 months long, to perform all of the rituals. And each sigil, there are just, specific things that you're supposed to do. Now, I still remember when I first met Clauneck while performing the magic in this book, the rituals, there was a distinct smell. It smelled, I like to call it boo funk. Yeah! I call it boo funk because it was like bouquet and funk. Like a funk, but it was a funk of something like a smell, I want to say of garden decay. Garden decay, if that was an odor. But anyway, I remember forming the ritual, and I remember when he first came. Now, I think a normal person would have probably been freaked out because the I don't want to say aroma, the scent, the odor was very strong, and I felt its energy. As a matter of fact, when I feel energy, I get like chills all over me. And I was like, oh my God, he's here. And I was just so excited. I was like, oh my God, he's here. And I asked him if I could make him. So let me show you. I just have one with me, but this is basic. This is the one I keep in my bedroom. Now, me and this Clauneck doll, we have been through some stuff. I don't know if I can get a good. I have the good light on where you could really, my camera is not coming in close on his eyes. I hate that. But anyway, me and him, we have a history together. He has really protected me. I keep him in my bedroom, child. Yes, I do. He's a sweetie pie. But anyway, this is one of the versions of Clauneck. They're all made from the same pattern. However, how he turns out has a lot to do with how the fabric stretches, and this fabric doesn't have a lot of stretch to it. But anyway, so when Clauneck first showed up, there was this distinct odor while I was doing the rituals in this book, Wealth Magick. I couldn't believe it. I know that I have read some of the reviews. I'm kind of all over the place. I haven't been on camera in forever, guys. I'm back in the classroom, and my crazy self wanted to create all of my lectures from scratch. Yeah! Because I didn't want to bore myself. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want to use anything I had already used. But anyway, so that's where I've been. But back to this. So in performing the magic, he comes, and I feel the chills all over me, and I had this distinct smell, and I asked him if I could make him, and he didn't say yes, Cassandra. No, it wasn't like that, but it was the energy surrounding me with the chills. Chills is not the right word. It was, because chills are different. It was more like, have you ever maybe been at a concert and somebody play a song and it's really moving, and you just get this energy that comes over you? It was a positive energy, as a matter of fact. And so But anyway, that was my first encounter, and I wasn't in the least bit afraid because I have been using the Gallery of Magic's magic for a while at this point, and especially like Words of Power, the 72, I think it's 72 angels. Guys, forgive me, my memory with titles are bad. But long story short, anyway, Cassandra, get on track. So anyway, the point I'm making is I was very familiar with the Gallery of Magic's work, so I've trusted them, and I trusted that the magic was safe. So I just thought, okay, Clauneck is here. Nice. I can't believe, I can't believe he's here. Yeah! Now, prior to this, now I'm not sure, at one point, because I completed Wealth Magick twice. And let me slow up so this will make sense to somebody other than myself. I completed Wealth Magick twice because I made copies of all of the sigils, and at the end I accidentally switched sigils. I was doing a ritual for a different sigil, and I was all the way to the end of the sigil, and there was a child, let me tell you, there was a knock in the kitchen, like something fell. And then something embraced me, like if smoke had a feeling, it was like a thick energy that came over me, and I was looking for my what do you call it, my sage. I was like, because it scared me, whatever it was, and I was just like I was like, what, and I had just performed my ritual, and I was just like, what is this? So I'm trying to sage myself, and this energy was really strong, and then I calmed myself down, and I said, wait a minute, this is how I think, guys. I said, wait, some entity or being has come a long way to tell me something. Now I know this might sound really crazy, what I'm about to say to you, but I have this belief that whenever we travel in various dimensions or realms or portals, I think we always are at risk of losing something. I know, just go with you know how like the astronauts are going to go to the moon, and then they have to wear an astronaut suit, and they have to do a lot of things to protect themselves, and I think they also have an understanding that they may not complete the mission. I think that when we are an entity in a certain plane of reality, a certain dimension, we are equipped to function, or to have a consciousness in that particular dimension of reality. And I think sometimes when we travel, I notice, I think we lose something. So I like to think of it as, say for example, I'm ice and you are steam, or you are mist, and you want to bring me a message. For mist to come and give ice a message, it has to come into a form that is not a part of its dominant dimension. Does this make sense what I'm saying? So I felt that the entity that came to me while I was doing this magic, and I think it was the one that, as a matter of fact, it was the last one, and I know it was switched with the one with Clauneck. And I just thought, somebody just risked a lot to come and tell me something, and I need to know what the message is. So after the initial shock of it all, because I had never felt an energy like that before, so I calmed myself down, and lo and behold, I looked and saw, and I was thinking to myself, why didn't you come sooner? But the truth is, they probably were trying to come sooner. That's what I believe. But anyway, they came, and I realized that I had used the wrong sigil with the wrong ritual. And I said, okay, oh man. And then I was so grateful. I was like, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for telling me. But who was going to tell me? Who was literally going to tell me that I was using the wrong sigil with the wrong ritual. No one. Like, I didn't, you don't share your book. You're not supposed to let anybody touch this book while you're doing the rituals. This is a very sacred item when you begin the process. So who was going to inform me that I was doing it wrong? So once I realized that I was doing it using the wrong sigil with the wrong ritual, I completed the entire section over. But in a few months, maybe in 6 months or so, I decided to do the entire program over again. Because in my heart, I don't know, like I just felt I was literally on the last day of doing it wrong. And but what it did though is that I feel like it deepened my relationship with the spirits of this book. Now I was having some serious downloads from Clauneck while I was performing Wealth Magick, and I kept a journal, and I have several videos on my channel where I share those downloads in real time with you. But the thing I remember is once I met Clauneck and his energy was lingering around me, I started asking, well, no, I didn't ask questions. He started telling me things like, I was a doll maker, and he was telling me about the difference between a Ford Fusion and a Lamborghini. They both can travel from A to Z, and that a Lamborghini is not the way they build it, the way they create it, the work they put into it, the craftsmanship they put into it. It is not for a person who's just trying to get to work. And he said that a business person, there are always several ways to become wealthy, but you have to decide who is your audience. Are you making products for the masses? Maybe like, Tyler Perry? Are you making products for the elite, like people who have symphonies or people who do, plays? You're not, people don't come like that. Those type people who perform in plays or symphonies or ballets, they don't have the same fame and the same amount of money as a person who's making movies for the masses. So he was explaining to me that you have to first get in contact with who you are and how you see yourself as an artist. If you know you're going to spell, this is my Clauneck book, by the way. Did I tell you about this book? Yes. Guys, look at this. Oh my God, I'm so in love. This book, it has meditations. It has a hypnosis meditation. It has prompts in it. I forgot to talk about the book. And, but anyway, it's a book to guide you. Oh my God. Into the reality of what you want, and you having the inner strength, the integrity, the characteristics, the personality for what it is that you want. So like I was saying before, he was explaining to me that sometimes if you know you're going to spend 5 hours painting one pair of eyes, fashioning horns, if you know you're going to spend time like that, just because you spend time on it and then you try to lower your price, you think that you are going to attract somebody who is going to appreciate that from the masses. And he said, no, it doesn't work like that. So if you have to figure out your skill set, what you enjoy, your true personality, and the thing that you are creating. Excuse me. And what you're creating, who you are going to actually sell that item to. Long story short. So first time I asked Clauneck, could I make him? And when I was journaling from doing the assignments in this book, in this book, and he agreed that I could make him, my version of him. because I'm quite sure there are other versions of him, other visions of him, but this is my version of him that he agreed that I could make while I was, working on this. And I was selling it. I had him up for sale in my Etsy shop for $300. And he didn't sell, not one time. Clauneck came to me, y'all. Clauneck, the demon of wealth, came to me. Listen, I don't think you think I don't need to lie. You know what I mean? Oh, look at this. This is a really beautiful. Oh, I love this book so much, guys. It has such a Machiavellian type energy to it. These are downloads, hypnosis, prompts, the whole nine. But anyway, I'm just so excited. I got it in the mail yesterday. So anyway, what was I saying? So anyway, I had my Clauneck fabric being in my Etsy shop, and it was for $300. It hadn't sold. Not this one. I've sold. Clauneck is my. Let me finish the story because I'm all over the place. Basically, I was selling him for $300. He had not sold, and Clauneck came to me and told me to double the price. And I thought, if I double the price, nobody's gonna buy it. But guess what? I doubled the price in 2 days. I sold my first Clauneck fabric being. In 2 days, and then maybe a week later I sold another one, and then I increased the price and I sold him again. He is my highest selling item that I've made more money off of my Clauneck fabric beads. Let me get you in shot, baby. At least have your face. I don't want him looking to the side. There you go. I've made more money off of creating my Clauneck fabric beings than any other fabric being I've ever created. I mean, across the board. So, anyway, that's my little. That's how I met him. I made him. He's sold all over the world. I don't know if I've ever. Yes, I have. I think I've sold one in America. But he sells all over the world. And when I first made him, the first one, usually I like to keep those. He was feisty, very mischievous energy. And I noticed that the dolls that I set him next to, these dolls don't fall. When I would wake up in the morning, they were always on the floor. And I was like, I was like, why are you doing this? So he didn't want the space around the other fabric beings out. So I moved him to an area by himself. I made an offering of, I think it was wine with passion fruit and a splash of lime. And, but yeah, he, all I know is we had a moment where I had to place him in a black blanket in my closet because his energy, he's very mischievous and wise, and I think he has maybe a trickster energy, as people would call it, but I had never experienced it, so I was kind of thinking like wait, you giving me some really good advice and I've decided I'm not going to be afraid of you. I'm going to respect you, and you're going to respect me, and we're going to get along just great. And so I remember I placed him in the black blanket. I placed him in the closet for a while, and I was talking to someone, and they said, "No, you gotta go burn that. You gotta." I was like, "I'm not burning him. I gotta burn. That sounds insane to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna do that." So after a while, I took him out of the closet. And the other thing I did, the sigil for Clauneck that's in my Wealth Magick book for the first one I made, and I don't want to tell people because he's the only Clauneck without a heart. the rest of after our first little, and I don't want to go through the details of what he did, what was going on, other than knocking my dolls down. And but he was also, pouring in wisdom and knowledge, and telling me about valuing myself and looking for the market and understanding who I am before I can market to other people, and understanding that you putting a lot of work into something and marketing it to the wrong people is not going to you're not going to make a profit that way. So think about, who are you, Tyler Perry, or are you, and I'm not putting Tyler Perry down because I really loved him, don't get me wrong, I love Tyler Perry. I'm not a fan of his work, but it doesn't mean that it's not good. Or are you a symphony? Are you ballet? You know what I'm saying, guys. So anyway, and one is not better than the other, by the way. He's just saying to be honest about you and who you are and your audience and who you're trying to attract. So he was giving me a lot of wisdom and knowledge, a lot of downloads, which I share in this book with you guys, that I'm happy to share with you. And but anyway, I took the sigil that was in this book, the original sigil in this book, and I placed it in the first Clauneck. And maybe that's why he was so mischievous. It could be it, you know what I'm saying? I never put him in another Clauneck doll, and I took him out of that one. Before he sold, I took it out, and then after that, every time I made a Clauneck doll, I said I'm giving him 2 hearts, and I would have this long, deep conversation with. I have this conversation with Clauneck, begging him to be good. I would say, I'm giving you 2 hearts in case one stopped working. And then I would just blow my breath on it, and when I blow, you know what I mean, like, and talk to it and chant it, before I would send him out in the world. But that was after the first one. So sometimes it just tickles me. And listen, if you bought a Clauneck doll, if it was lately, I'm not going to say which one, you have 2 hearts. But there's one out there who is doing his thing, okay? But anyway, that's how I met him, from doing this, and it led to, it led to my dolls, which this is one of the, like I said, one of the smaller ones. He was the one that I keep on my nightstand because he protects me. I probably should have cleaned my camera, y'all. I didn't know if I don't know if it's the camera or the lighting, but anyway, my baby. So, and then in here, I don't really want to, and then, another thing too, I don't really want to, I'm trying to find a really good place to share something. Let's see. I just want you guys, this book is so good. It's so good. The book is separated into chambers, and each chamber has doorways of desires, and it tells you how to navigate those doors. Here's one of the pictures. Oh my God, this is so all of the pictures are rendered from my actual fabric beings of Clauneck. I think this is him, because sometimes the pictures may look a little different once it was rendered, but all of these are from Clauneck. Is this the one? Maybe, I think it is, guys. The one that I have with me. See, this is him, and this is him right here. Isn't this amazing? Oh my God! Oh my God! So anyway, I just wanted to share this beautiful, I love this book, Dungeons of Desire, this book with you. How the Wealth Magick I feel like this book delivers. I mean, I want to. I mean, I don't have to. I don't feel like I have to convince you, right? Because you see this book, you see the dolls. I've made quite a lot of money from making my Clauneck fabric beings. I think it speaks for itself. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to share with you how I met Clauneck, how our relationship has unfolded over time, how it has led to from fabric beings to actually a book of wisdom and knowledge to downloads with hypnosis, meditations for you before you color him. I don't even want to call it a coloring book, but because the coloring is just a part of the transformation for you, but it's like you have a hypnosis, and then there's some things to read, but it's written in a way that is really easy to digest, but it's rich. You know what I mean? And then there are like prompts at the end of each section I was going to see if I could, there's a guided integration. Then there's Clauneck whispers. And then there are reflection prompts. Like, in what ways have you confused pleasure with escape? That's just in the pleasure door chamber. But anyway, guys, I really hope this video inspires someone. Oh, I hope this video inspires you guys. Listen, how do I say this? I know I sound a little, I don't want to say insane, because my son cracked me up the other day. He said, "Ma, have you ever seen the movie A Beautiful Mind?" You think I'm crazy, but this is what I think. If you want to think outside the box, if you don't just want to like work for other people, I'm always encouraging my students, build something for yourself. Like, people say, oh, companies let you go, or they're not. You are a creator. You are powerful. Listen, guys, live the life of your dreams, the life that you really truly want. Don't be afraid to write that book. Don't be afraid to make things. Don't be afraid to step outside the box. I mean, for some reason, I was just thinking about Tyler Perry, and he wrote a one-man play, and he made a one-man play to now $1 billion industry. Like, and you don't know what people are doing. I'm not saying he used magic, but there are, how do I say this? If you knew, none of us know everything. And sometimes I feel like the spirit, we all acquire purpose in our life from assisting other beings. You can't be a teacher unless there are students. You can't be a doctor unless there are patients. I personally believe if you're an angel, who are you helping? Right? Even a demon wants to help. We all need each other to help each other unfold into the full version of our experience wherever we are and whatever realm that we're in. Does that make sense what I'm saying? So what I mean is, if whatever dream you have right now, you need other people to participate. I don't care what your dream is. I don't care if it's making YouTube videos. I don't care if it's making, if you want to paint, if you want to sing, if you want to be a fashion designer, whatever dream that you're holding in your heart right now, you need other people to participate in order for that dream to become real, right? Now, you need people to buy it. Now, just like you need other people to buy it, you need people to market, you need people to talk about it. But I feel like the spiritual realm, they're not just there. They're not just there. I think they want to have meaning too. They're ancient beings. They've seen a lot. They know a lot. They can see things that you can't see from lifetimes. And I feel like that's what this magic does. This magic does. If someone had told me that, from doing this book, that I would have met Clauneck, because I truly, thank you, Damon Brand and the Gallery of Magic, for creating this book. I am forever grateful. I would have never met him. From where? It wasn't in any of my books or anything that I was exposed to. And even for me, my personality, and at that point in my when I met him and I was sewing, I was just making fabric beings. I would say dolls like everybody else. But even when I met him, for me to have the balls, the audacity to say, "Can I make you?" What? You know what I'm saying? Can I make you? Whoever imagined that I would spend so much time? I love like the wire. I use this gauge. I think it's 16 gauge wire. I shape it with my hands. I make all of these little intricate details. The wings take the longest, and the horns. It was a pleasure. It was my pleasure to make him when he agreed. And even after we had our moment of him knocking down my dolls and just some other things, and I guess him wanting to see if I was going to be afraid of him. But the point I'm making, guys, is this. I think all consciousness, regardless of the dimensions, we derive meaning from helping other beings unfold into the best version of themselves in their current reality. I just believe that. Anyway, I really hope this video helps someone. Thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to seeing you, darlings, in the next video. This is a light camera check. I need to get some earrings though. I need some earrings, y'all. I have the kitchen light on. It's a nice sunny day outside. This is just a light camera check. Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much. Oh, for coming, I forgot to get my book, the Success Magic book. I'm gonna make 2 videos today. So this is an update, right? On Success Magic. I don't know where to start. So wait, I need to get my tea, my book. Let's do a light check. Let's see what's going on out here. See if I need to get a shine off my face. I haven't been on camera in forever, y'all. I've been enjoying the classroom. Oh my God. Yeah,